Rejection is the dismissal or refusing of a proposal or idea. I'm coming up on level 36 of this game called life. On many levels, I have faced bullying, manipulative, and deceptive spirits. I have also faced the spirit of rejection many times and on many levels. One might even say that it's been witchcraft or some dark illusion that was casted that keeps recycling itself. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Self love is currency. If you haven't already, go ahead and click that like button and go ahead and subscribe to my channel for more content as such. If you resonate with the title of this message, you might want to join this community, or if you resonate with any other content on this channel, join the community, get acquainted. We are leveling up, healing, growing, evolving, and most importantly, considering ourselves worthy enough of our own love. And that's on period. Self love is where it's at. To all of my returning subscribers, my day ones, my OGs, thank you all so much for your continued support. I really do appreciate you. And I haven't been saying it in my videos, but yeah, major shout out to y'all. Excuse me, whoever is viewing my content, liking, commenting, I appreciate you. Without further ado, let's get back into today's video. This is episode 15 of our Reveal to Heal series, where the more that we reveal about ourselves, any past transgressions, if I can say it, traumas, things that we have experienced that in some way, shape, or form has held us back to some degree. Anything that we reveal, we allow the light to hit it. We allow ourselves to heal. And when we heal, we reveal layers of ourselves, almost like an onion. We come out of that cocoon, and now we are a beautiful butterfly. So, yes, this is episode 15 of our Reveal to Heal series. You might want to catch the other episodes because when I say it's gold, I am going with the flow, following intuitive nudges and working as a conduit, from the divine. So these are this is some real fine shit here, some real fine messages. So yes, today's message, rejection is God's protection. Now, I will give this a couple disclaimers. First disclaimer, if you hear rattling, if you hear any pages moving in the background, that is me flipping throughout my journal. If I pause, these are handwritten notes. So, and when I'm channeling messages, it's not always pretty what I write. So, I'm trying to read what I wrote, and I did read it beforehand just to make sure I'm not pausing too much, but that's what it is. Secondly, I've been seeing a lot um, as far as pop culture is concerned, but mainly on YouTube because that's the platform, social media platform that I'm on. A lot of news about Gunna, and not only is he in the playlist when I'm working out at the gym, yes, and we will put one of my favorite songs is Him All Along. And I think that that just really speaks to people underestimating you, you know, whether it's friends, family, loved ones, you can be in the midst of someone great. Um, and you could be that person that's great, and people are busy finding fault in you. You may not have the money or the status yet, and people are trying to little sis you, little bro you. They are thinking that you are beneath them. So when I tell you that song right there, like, I was him all along. You were him all along. You were her all along. They just were late to the party, and that's on them. But I said that to say, I came across some recent news, and basically Gunna is being vindicated. People were calling him a snitch. He went away after he got out, went through this beautiful transformation, got his life together physically, and I do believe spiritually and on an internal level as well. Um, but as in terms of his label, he was experiencing a lot of rejection because of the backlash from him supposedly snitching uh, for this RICO case that he was involved in. So other artists were not trying to work with him and really didn't think he was about shit. But look at God. Look at him now. Um, and I'm sure I'm missing a lot of details, but his story is symbolic of just, he's a celebrity, but I feel like we go through common folk like myself. We go through things like this, trials and tribulations like this all the time where we are facing rejection. But people don't know who or what they're rejecting. That's the thing. But sometimes God wants to keep you in that space where you are being overlooked, you are being judged, you are being ridiculed, you are being quote unquote humbled, because God wants to see how other people treat you, how other people act towards you. God also wants you to use that time to get yourself together, to get your shit in order, you know, on a physical level, but most importantly on an internal level. That isolation season is your elevation training period. And I wasn't saying like period, but it's your actual time period for you to evolve. But we about to get into this message. I just wanted to give that disclaimer, excuse me, so you could get the gist of why this video was created for this series, because it's all part of our healing. Rejection is very difficult to get through. We all face it in some way, shape, or form. However, I hope that this video is helpful in aiding you through um, just pattern recognition, for one. Thinking about your life, thinking about your experiences, knowing that everything happens for a reason in whatever season. So, yes, if you've ever dealt with rejection of any sort in adulthood, you might also be able to pinpoint times you were rejected growing up. Thinking about it now, if this is the case for you, rejection can be a spirit that you were introduced to when you were younger. And it sort of just stuck around, making appearances here and there, especially if you have a light or a big spirit and you plan to put that light and big spirit to use. Here comes the rejection. First, you are rejected by your family. And I'll also say this message will not resonate with everybody. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. This is where it starts, because you are supposed to be able to be all of who you are, especially around and with those who you call family, but not even. They were the first to reject you, shun you, ostracize you, isolate you, make you feel small, like something was wrong with you. That was the plan, to make you feel some type of way about yourself so you could stop being yourself. Crazy, this led to isolation, because if you were rejected by family, where do you go? And what is it saying? If you can't go to Bill and J's, where can you even go? I don't know why I thought about that when writing this, but where do you go? So you went back to God and yourself. I mean, where else you gonna go? Um, so with you being rejected from your family as your foundation, you can already see why you might not be too thrilled to connect with everyday people out of the fear of being rejected. But you, being the soldier, strong and resilient person that you are, decide to anyway, knowing that everybody on this earth ain't evil. That's just how your family operates. Although this is your mentality, your spirit still attracts friends with this Jezebel, Leviathan, bullying spirit, those similar to your family. who also feed off of rejecting and humiliating other people. Your openness to not allow your upbringing keep you closed off actually opened you up to befriending these types of people unknowingly, because of course they're wearing masks, and you met their representatives. So you befriended these people, and you're now in friend groups only to be talked about behind your back, demeaned passive aggressively, ignored. Um, for example, you are invited to go out to eat with a group of friends. You end up being late. You walk into the restaurant. Everybody is seated at the table, and as soon as you approach the table, or as you're approaching the table, you notice people are fidgeting, and then once you get to the table, people are quiet, and you're like, damn, what's going on? What did I miss? You missed that you were the topic of discussion. You get rejected, and you now feel how your family made you feel. This is truly the devil's work. So you can see how this illusion, this spell of rejection, how it goes full circle. You know, you get introduced to it, whatever magic or whatever witchcraft was introduced to you young, and it sticks to you like glue. Now you're questioning yourself because you remember feeling like this as a child around your family. And you get distracted from your goals and your purpose because you're spending time questioning yourself. So, with all of this unspoken beef, even though you didn't do anything to these friends, but you show up, and if you were to address anyone, you'd be considered the crazy one. So, you decide to just stay to yourself to prevent rejection, humiliation rituals, and smear campaigns that come along with rejection. Well, I'll say that humiliation rituals and smear campaigns are tools used to make rejection illusions work. But what people fail to realize is that they're high key doing you a favor by rejecting you out of a group. 9 times out of 10, the group is karmic or demonic anyway. People borrowing personalities, ideas, points of views because they can't think on their own. Then they have the ringleader do most of the thinking. And the people underneath the ringleader are brainwashed to do so. But you come along and your innate leadership skills, and you are quickly snuffed out. Your spirit is felt immediately. Your energy is desirable and delicious to the eye and spirit because you got that spiritual dog in you, and they can sense that. So, Operation Rejection is in order. They think that the rejection will be so unfathomable that you won't have the guts to go on with life, not knowing that you ain't new to this. You true to this. You've been there, done that. But like I said, they're doing you a favor because your spirit is too big for basic settings. You work best alone anyway. When you're able to think on your own, have your own thoughts, and actually produce fruit from these thoughts. They thought rejecting you would be your downfall, but that rejection allowed you to re up, to power up, to charge up, and call back your power because they were siphoning your energy. The group was grouping because of you, because of your star sun like energy. You were being drained by way of drama, fake news, and gossip by staying in this group. So once you pulled your energy back and used it for yourself, what it was supposed to be used for originally, no wonder why God was able to get you together by way of a glow up, a transformation, a life upgrade. But plot twists, none of that would have happened. The upgrades, the life changes while in that group. Not with all the black magic dumping. So them rejecting you for whatever dumb, lame, bullying ass reason, if they even gave you one, was slick God's way of protecting you from your life potentially going to shits because of the rejection and also because of being attached to the group. If you are still listening to this message, thank you all so much for tuning in and your support. If you haven't already, go ahead and click that like button and go ahead and subscribe to the channel for more content as such, and also to catch the next episode of our Reveal to Heal series. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.